paying tribute to the Hurricane Technica with its screaming 5.2 litre naturally aspirated V10. Today we're doing something similar, but we've got 2 more cylinders. So, Lamborghini has chosen to make some greener supercars, and by that they are going to get rid of this, one of the most iconic supercars of our time, and a car that has helped many a person to know what it feels like to have their ears bleed. I give you the Aventador. This car is smack bang in the center of the most exciting time in automotive history, in my opinion, where we have the maximum of power and the maximum of technology, i.e. safety, to help you enjoy it. Now, this is not a normal Aventador, this is the Ultimae, the very last of this iconic supercar, which is why we paid special attention to it. There's quite a bit of carbon fiber. I'm going to try and not say that word carbon fiber so much. 2 words: carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber. But whatever you see on this car that is carbon fiber is in a matte finish. If you would want to, you can also have that in gloss or in forged carbon fiber, especially with that lovely orange. Let me know down in the comments what you think would be the best color scheme, the match with the CF. Would you believe that this has got more horsepower than the SVJ? 780 horsepower at 8,000 RPMs. 720 Newton meters of torque at 6,500 RPM. They really wanted this thing to be wailing up there in the charts. Yes, like. And the noise. Oh. Bloody hell, this is quick. That lip in carbon fiber, as well as these fangs and these side fins over here. The bonnet, that's our own Novitec design, similar to the one that you can see on the Eva, on the Hurricane. It also has some aero functions, namely these 2 air tunnels on the sides where the air enters in the front over there. It gets dispersed through that tunnel over here, creating a bit more downforce on the nose and helping the car to stay put. These carbon fiber covers also from us. Now, above the shoulder line of this Lamborghini, very important carbon fiber on your mirrors. Underneath the shoulder line, got a carbon fiber side skirt that is not from us, but this addition over here, that is from us, making it all stealth-like. And this is where the air hits that massive radiator on both sides of the car, big enough to fit a medium-sized goat, if you like. This vent and then these vents for the engine, they've got carbon covers and they are from us, as well as this bit over here. Then at the back of the car, a huge diffuser, all in carbon fiber, that also a Lamborghini one. So how does that translate into performance? Well, 0 to 100 in 2.8 seconds, which is blisteringly quick considering this car weighs 1,600 kilograms dry. supercars. 8.9 seconds, but then top speed, good mother. Keep your right foot buried in the aluminium and woolly corner down there, you'll hit 355 kilometers per hour. That is closer to 400 than you are to 300. Oh, and the noise. There's a plethora of exhaust options that you can get from us for your Aventador, whether it's the S or the SV or the SVJ or the Ultimae, ranging from catless or cat replacement pipes to the sport cats, flaps, non-flaps, whole sport system. In any event, this car sounds amazing and it is loud. Alter, der ist schon noch pervers laut. This car, with the mirrors included, is wider than a G63 AMG. 6x6. We can divide the quality of the ride into 3 categories. One is steering, second is suspension, and third, brakes. All of which come together in a beautiful dance which makes out the quality of the drive. Let's talk about that while we're driving through this little town, shall we? First of all, with the steering, you've got something the Lamborghini calls RWS and then LDS. RWS is rear wheel steering, and basically the rear wheels turn in the opposite direction than the front wheels in order to shorten the corner or the turn that you want to take. Then when you're driving faster, it turns them in the same direction in order to ease the transition, for example, into another lane at high speeds. But what then about the LDS? The LDS stands for Lamborghini Dynamic Steering, and it is a fantastic little thing. Basically, depending on the driving style, the driving mode that you've selected over here, for example, and all the other characteristics of the road, it just adopts a certain kind of feedback to the steering wheel for the driver so that everything works very well and you know what you're doing. We can see that this Ultimae also rides lower on our sport suspension. But where does it all fit? It comes from race car technology. Basically, the dampers are lying on their backs, like they're taking a siesta, except that they're not. Magnetorological dampers, basically filled with a fluid and some metal bits that when it gets an electric shock, they become all stiff and tumescent. Now, not just does this Lamborghini look really good on our lowered springs, but also because it's fitted with the gorgeous NL4. In the front over here, 20-inch, at the back, 21-inch. It's very befitting that this is the Ultimae, the last of the Aventador, and so it also marks a point at which we will have a new design in the future of the NL4, namely the NL5. So keep your eyes out for that one. And then we get to the gearbox, which is not so quick. Thank you. What I really love is what Lamborghini says about the gear changes and their speed. The lightning speed of the change of these gears can arouse sensations. Lots of rousing going on there. But then who cares? Because when you're really beefing it, they are quick enough. Oh, and the 6.5 litre V12 just singing up the rev range. Hard on the brakes. She's swimming a bit. And finally the brakes. Big carbon ceramics all over, thank the Lord, because with this weight you really want to make sure you can stop. And the compliment is how all of that works in complete unison. This car embodies everything that annoys the crap out of us because it's just plain silly, but then that is exactly what makes it a legend. Most of the supercar manufacturers out there in the world have managed to make a button for your roof to disappear somewhere into the car, but not with Lamborghini. They're handing you a little DIY manual. It is stowed up front, which is a bit of a problem if you want to go away for the weekend with your missus and have some clothes with you to change. This is where the roof goes. There's not a lot of space left. So I just pull it. See, it is einfach. Okay, one is gone. We have to remember that by now, of course, we're only putting the roof on because it started to rain ever so slightly. So it's drizzling, and we're getting there. Now, I've had no experience in doing this before, but I have watched Smee doing it.
It's actually not that complicated, it has to be said.
So I know that this side goes on first, and the front needs to be put in there, and there. I'm going to put the seat forward, so your beloved has to get out and stand in the rain now, because by now it's really pouring. And okay, so this is on, and that's on. And beloved can get back into the car, which of course she's not wet yet. Okay, oh gosh. I'm sure somebody at Lamborghini shows you how this works before you... Okay. Right. Second one. Oh! It's pouring with rain, but who cares, because they've got a Lamborghini Roadster. It's got the bloody workout. Okay, there we go. 850,000 euros for the cheapest Ultimae Roadster. And this is what you got to do. Right. There we go. I'm not wet. Mrs. is a bit moist. Uh-oh. Guys, it's been a tremendous blast with you on this video. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel and you'd like to, then hit that notification bell and you're going to be reminded every time that we upload a new video. We're going to take this car out onto the highway now, on the Autobahn, where there's no speed limit, to see how it's going to behave. It does not have a complete race exhaust system on it, so it's not quite as loud as some of the other ones that you can check out on our channel, but I still think it's going to make for an interesting drive. If you want to follow us on Instagram, then please do so. Me personally at Beyond the Cook, or Novitec at Novitec Group. And somewhere in there, we're on TikTok as well. Adios.